Hey gang, welcome back. So I ran into an interesting case on my side where I wanted to have an enemy in the environment, and then I wanted it to be static for a while, and then I wanted under a certain set of conditions to then have that enemy animate. So let me show you what I mean because it's easier to see. So basically, I have here. Let me show you this. So I have this tower. This is the tower, and I'm using an enemy sprite for that. And then the tower comes down and it's got an enemy on top of it. So what I wanted to have is I had versions of this guy here, which they're these guys, and these are pretty easy because I just have attached bits, and I do the typical when the enemy wakes up, I have a waypoint, and then the waypoint basically just slides it down. So it's great when it's already there, but one of the limitations we have in the engine is that we don't have the ability to script when you want to have waypoints actually move. So I took it back to old school. So this is kind of interesting. So in order to achieve this situation where I have this fake enemy, and then I want the fake enemy to then wake up and then show the animation, what we did is we basically cloned the enemy, and then we aligned it pixel for pixel to be exactly, so you see the translation here, to 3930.5 or zero point 0.5, right? And basically, let me do this again. And basically what we wound up doing is, all right, cool, is we layered that enemy on top, so in front of the enemy. So we did this, in this case, you could do it manually, but I did it with the layer system. So you can see here, so I have the environmental background, and then I have environment background. So the higher the stack is closer to the camera. So, and basically what I wound up doing, and of course, selection is also Z. So let's take a look here, back there. All right, and then all I wound up doing is that when I want any trigger condition is fine. So I have a little timer here, which is set to just 3 seconds, just for testing. And then I do two things. So one is that I wake up the enemy underneath, right? So this guy underneath here. And then at the same time, we kill the enemy on top. And we kill the enemy on top without score or item, so we don't have any other visuals. We also for this particular enemy, we turn off all the collisions and stuff because we didn't really need that, right? And then we made sure we turned off explosions. No items are appearing. You could do whatever you want in this case. But the short version of this, right, is that to achieve the enemy animating after it's been on screen for a period of time, this is how you do it. And because we kill the enemy and start the new enemy at the same time, there is no gap, which is really nice. So then we can create this scenario. All right, I hope that is helpful for some folks out there. I had to scratch my head a little bit about this one because I've never fully had this particular type of case. And we'll see you next time.